Hello and welcome to Positive Talk, where last week we know we're celebrating International Women's Day and we're still continuing with the celebrations, and today we are graced by the SAFE's Executive Director. In our second segment we are going to hear from one CEO who has excelled in Zimbabwe, as well as a medical practitioner who's going to be telling us about health issues pertaining to women. Mrs. Chingandu, welcome to Positive Talk.
Thank you.
SAFE's, we saw you being part of the team that was commemorating International Women's Day. Why SAFE's is taking such an interest?
Because SAFE's is an organization that works with young women. Women are very important for our work. In our HIV work, as you know, women are the most affected by HIV. And part of the reason women are most affected is also because of the gender issues that are not being addressed. And therefore, the International Women's Day gives us a moment to stop and reflect on our work and ask ourselves critical questions. Are we delivering for women? And this is what, it's a time to take stock.
So are we delivering for women?
Partially is my answer. We are delivering partially. For the woman who is living in Zarabani, for example, we still haven't given her full emancipation. We are working towards it, but we still have women that are dying in childbearing. We still have young women in early child marriages. We also still have just young girls who don't have sanitary wear. So the battle is not yet won.
The battle is not yet won, and we are saying Women's Month, be bold for change, being the theme for International Women's Day. How can women be bold for change?
Be bold for change. As you notice, that theme is very personalized. It's talking to the woman as an individual. You need to look at your life circumstances. You need to reflect on your life circumstances. And if you think it's wrong, it's wrong. And if you think it needs to change, it needs to change. And then you need to be bold for change, because it's not easy to change some of our circumstances. But we have to work hard, and we have to support one another, and we have to give each other the skills, the space and the resources to be able to make those changes.
Mai Chinganu, ini ndira mai vatori kana kwamrewa kwamzarabani kwamataura uko situation yangu ndiri kutoona kuti zveshwa yakaoma, and kuti ndifungo ndichaibva pairi handisi kuona zviri nyore izvozvo. Imi muri kuti be bold for change. Ndinobuda sei mamo makakatanwa andiri semudzimai, ndiri kurohwa kumba nababa, and handina kwekuenda pamwe nditori nherera. Ndinobuda sei musituation iyoyo?
Hakuna munhu asina kwekuenda. Iyoyo pfungwa yekuti handina kwekuenda, watorasika, watoshaya, watotadza kuita bold for change. Because wakabvepi, hauna kuzvarirwa pamurume uyu, wakasangana nemurume uyu wakura, saka chaunogota hauna kwekuenda chii? Ko hauna maoko here, hauna makumbo here, hauna madziso here, hauendi kunoshanda here? Vadzimai akawanda vari kugara mumacircumstances iwayo nekuti hanzi handina kwekuenda. Zvinobva kupi kuti ugozoti hauna kwekuenda? Kuti uwe nemusha kunga wauwakaka, ipapo pauri ipapo wakatovaka. Kana dai ukabva ukaenda ukanoshanda ukanotanga pamwe unowaka. Asi ndinogara ndichitaura kuti handikurudziri kuti kubva pamurume ndiyo answer, because kune madomestic act ako. Unoenda kumapurisa, unomuripota. Tinokanganisa nekuzoti ukaripota baba wakasungwa, mangwana ndiwo wadzokera futi, hanzi chivaburitsai. Aiwa, rega vamboenda 2 weeks idzodzo. Kana vodzoka munogarisana zvakanaka chaizvo. Saka hapana need yokubva pamusha pako vasungise.
Yes, mazvinzwa hanzi ungazoti hauna chekuita sei, hauna kwekuenda sei, maoko utori nawo. Saka when we are talking about being bold for change, ipapo paufunga kuti wakasungikana ukaona wakukwanisa kubva, that's being bold for change. Mai Chingandu, matiudza imimi how women can be bold for change. Toratarisa kumaruwa, ndoda kutarisa vasikana vechidiki mumabasa vari kutanga. There are some who are even exposed to sexual abuse, being offered carpet interviews. When we are talking about being bold for change, and we want these young girls to break the glass ceiling, how can they do that?
The main problem is women have to stand together. If one woman says no to the boss, the next woman needs to say no, and the next woman, and the next woman. If one woman reports sexual abuse, the next woman needs to report. the next woman needs to say, yes, it also happened to me. It is when we, as women, we have these different approaches to situations that we don't win. And you can change as many jobs as you want as a young person. How is it going to help you? You'll find another man. You'll find another rapist. You'll find another person who wants a carpet interview. We have to stand together and say, no, and if it happens to me, I will report. And if we report one or two CEOs, it will send the message around that this can't be done anymore. Women are not going to tolerate that. It is women who accept and do it who let other women down.
And yes, it's Women's Month, Maichingantu, but we also see or know that men have a role to play. What are you doing for men, or what message are you giving men this Women's Month, where we are saying, yes, we are celebrating women, but men do have a role. So what is the message?
You know, we are saying we are partners in this. We don't hate men. We love men. We want to be with our men. That's why I don't believe that the solution is to run away. No, we need to sit down with men. Sometimes men don't really know. You know the circumstances we have today. Our men just grow up in a boarding school. The next thing they are married. They don't know how to treat a woman. They don't know how to run a home. Nobody's teaching them that. And it is time now we come and learn together. I have seen and I've been very happy with some kitchen teas where they are now inviting both men and women to learn together. We have to start learning together. Where is the school that teaches men what to do in a marriage? It's not there. So we must not condemn them. We must give them space to learn, and we must take those that are role models to work with other men and share and pass on the information.
And when we are looking at catching them young as surveys, what are you doing to ensure that you do catch the adolescent boys and girls through this journey of saying we want to achieve gender parity as a country or as a region?
We have programs that we are implementing in school. We support school clubs. In the school clubs, we focus on gender transformation. Gender transformation allows the young people to learn from a young age about equality, about treating women better, about stopping in a school setup to joke about girls. It's important to have gender equity, which is sharing equally.
So your last words to Zimbabweans when we are talking about Women's Month, International Women's Day from Surveys?
And this is Women's Month. This is a time to recognize women. Please, men, just like you do on Valentine, titengereiwo maruwa. Tatakangomirira mwedzi wakutonopera maruwa asati auya, machocolate haana kuuya. When are you going to appreciate us? Just appreciate us. You know, I was really wanting us to have a day in a life of men when there is no woman. I think patinodzoka taiwana dzimba dzisi dzakazara maruwa. Tikungoda kuappreciate for what we do every day.
Powerful words there from Mrs. Chingandu, and I'm sure the men you are challenged. Anstipewo maruwa kuma chocolates acho aripo. Zuwa rakutopera mwedzi wakutopera muzotipawo rini. Join us after the break. We'll continue with our discussion. Welcome back as we continue with our program, and now on the program we're joined by one woman who has broken the glass ceiling in Zimbabwe when we're talking about excelling in the corporate world. She is the CEO of Tell One, that's Mrs. Chipo Mtasa. Chipo, welcome to Positive Talk.
Thank you.
We know March is Women's Month. We are celebrating women. What does International Women's Day and Women's Month mean to you as a CEO?
It means we need to celebrate women. We need to celebrate what we've done, what we aspire to do, celebrate each other, appreciate each other, and aim for better things for ourselves.
I'm sure for every woman out there, when they're looking at you, you know, you are one woman that is talked about because of the achievements that you have done. but still remaining humble, still remain reachable to a lot of young women who are inspired by you? How can they walk those steps until they get to where you are now?
Well, I think achievement is relative. One has to have goals in life, and once you attain certain goals, you move on again. So when people say that you've achieved, it's only a relative term from their own view. And the other thing that one has to bear in mind is that you don't achieve alone. Being a leader in an organization, there are so many other people who work with you. You have so many other stakeholders who contribute to the success of the organization. So it's not really because I am the person I am only, but it's because I have a big team of people that I work with, and I owe it to them.
For young people in Zimbabwe, they want to know the journey that you actually walked to be who you are now. Because we know you have said, yes, you've got a team of people, but looking at you as Chipo,
Yes.
how did you walk this journey? Any challenges that you faced, how did you overcome them to be where you are now?
Well, challenges are always there in any situation, in any walk. But that's where we are called upon to overcome our challenges, to see beyond those challenges, and to look at the possibilities. I was very inspired by Chichi Bismuth just now when she was talking about women looking beyond just our problems and talking about our problems. We need to be open to look at possibilities around us. And probably maybe I do a little bit of that. Sometimes I also whinge and mourn, but I think more times we need to look out, reach out, look at other people who can inspire us and learn lessons from them. So in my work, I've always looked up to certain people. I've always also looked up to certain resources to help me. And I think that really is a key source of strength and inspiration for me.
Looking at Chipo, yes, we have young people or even some women who are saying, Chipo is my role model. Who is your role model? Who are the women? If you're going to name 3 women that you would say, these are the women who have inspired me to be who I am.
Well, in my work, I think the first woman who inspired me to be who I am would be my mother. My mother is a very strong-minded woman. She's a woman way back in the 60s who was so confident, who knew her space and who would speak out. And she's always been a very strong-minded person. So that is the very first woman who really inspired me. The next woman who inspired me was back then at high school, was my high school teacher. She was Mrs. Nabudere. I think she was Ugandan. Very good teacher. She was actually teaching us maths, physics, all the sciences. And one day, Mrs. Nabudere, I will never forget that. She saw a very funny novel on my bed. So she then says, you know what, Chipo? It's Abbott that I want to see you reading, not these funny novels. And if you really want to get somewhere with your life, really be a bit more serious. And I think that was a turning point for me. So I will always recall those moments. And then the other woman who did inspire me was actually my school matron. You know, she would teach us the most humiliating of roles. We had to scrub the toilets. We had to clean all sorts of funny places back there in the boarding school. Little did we know that all these things would build you up and give you the necessary foundation. So from a foundation stage, I would say these are the 3 women. They are not women that you will see in the newspapers. They are not women that you would see maybe making the headlines anyway, but they did make a mark in me.
For me, that is quite inspiring. You know, whenever we are talking about women who inspire us, we are always looking at these big people, you know, but hearing from Chipo's story, you know, it's her high school teacher, it's her mother, it's people who grounded her early stages of her life. And I'm sure for us as women, it's important to be asking ourselves, what role are we playing in ensuring that we do make a difference in the next person, particularly those who are younger to us, because we're talking about being bold for change. Then coming to you again, when you're looking at the challenges that women face, how best can we overcome those challenges? Because we have a number of women who will then give up. But when you're looking at you, yes, you have said challenges are always there, but we can see you overcame them. How best can women overcome those challenges that they encounter, be it at community level in the rural areas, be it within the workplace, be it even at school?
Right. I think we must be thankful firstly to our government. They are very positive about women's empowerment. It might not be visible from a day-to-day activity for us as women, but you do see that there's a lot of will and there's a lot of support for women empowerment. Even our very constitution talks about women being able to take up positions of leadership in various roles. And this, I think we need to be thankful to our government, to our president, His Excellency, that they have stipulated that women are an important facet of our economy, of our society, of maybe even leadership in Africa and the rest of the world. So that alone for a woman should be something that you should hang on to. And then the next, I think, is that we need to continuously educate ourselves. We need to remain relevant. We need to know what is happening around us, and we need to continuously look at how can I be a better person, how can I bring in better influence in the community where I am, in the company where I'm working, whatever we will be doing as women. Let's talk and think about being of positive change, positive influence. Let's think less about self and think more about others, how we can impact on others.
What more can I say? She has said, let's think about making that positive influence, not thinking about self, but thinking about the other. That was Chipo Mutasa, CEO of Tel One. I'm sure you are inspired. We continue with the program after the break. Welcome back as we continue with our program, where we are still in the celebratory mood. International Women's Day, Women's Month, running under the theme Be Bold for Change. On the program, like I promised, we're now joined by a medical doctor. As women, there are a number of health issues that we normally have, particularly these days where you hear this woman has cervical cancer, has got this type of cancer, has got this type of illness, and 3 months down the line, the person is losing their lives. I'm sure she's going to help us. Dr. Lenman, welcome to Positive Talk.
Thank you.
First of all, I want to hear from you. International Women's Day or International Women's Month, where we are talking about being bold for change. What does it mean to you?
You know, what we know now is that if you have a little bit of money for health and you want to put it somewhere where you get the biggest reach, do you set up a children's clinic? Do you set up an oncology center? Those things are all important. But if you want to really affect a nation, you look after women, because women look after everyone else. And so it's critical that women stay healthy. And it's a reminder that women are the engine that really drives the nation, and that we need to look after them.
Yes. She's saying women drive the nation and we need to make sure they are healthy. Dr. Landman, one issue that is worrying in Zimbabwe at the moment that women have really asked me to talk about is the prevalence of a number of cancers that we are seeing now, almost like there's an outbreak.
Yes.
Why is that situation like that, and what do we need to do?
The commonest cancers in Zimbabwe in women, number one is cancer of the cervix. Cancer of the cervix is particularly important because it is so preventable. Really, no woman should die of cervical cancer because there is a long precancerous phase in which it is very easy to detect the cancer and treat it, long before it even becomes stage 1 cancer. we have a pre-cervical, pre-cancerous stage. Secondly, we now know that cervical cancer is caused by a virus called the human papillomavirus, and we can vaccinate against it. So the word to get out to women is go for Viac or for pap smears. And if you can go once a year, once every 2 years, do that, because if it's picked up early, it is easy to treat.
Yes. But the question, Doc, is why are the cancers so prevalent now? We never used to hear about those. And usually, 4 women that I know, just 2016, they lost their lives. When they went, they told you are stage 4 already, breast cancer, this cervical cancer that you are talking about. Is it the 40s? What is it?
I don't think, worldwide, the death rate from breast cancer is dropping rapidly. Even in the world, the death rate from cervical cancer is dropping rapidly. I think possibly economic hardship, where women don't go for screening, where women are working too hard. Stress absolutely has a factor. The other thing is that we are diagnosing often earlier, so you hear more stories. But I think when a nation is under stress, illness goes up, and we're hearing more and more. And I think possibly women are not going to look after themselves. They're spending money on their family. They're looking after the health of their children. They cannot afford medical aid, and they present too late. They put themselves at the bottom of the list.
So with maybe breast cancer for women, how are they supposed to, what's the first step that they have to go through?
Okay, breast cancer is very common. The South African Cancer Association says 1 in 29 women will get breast cancer. Depends on the age, certainly from the age of 60. So the first thing is that all women become breast aware. We used to say examine your breasts once a month, but no woman examines her breast once a month. We now say when you bath or you shower, be aware of what your breasts feel like. If you detect any change, go to the doctor. The second thing that is really important, the problem is it's expensive, is mammograms. There's so much misinformation about mammograms, and mammograms cause cancer. That is not true. Mammograms are life-saving because they pick up a change long before it becomes a lump, long before it becomes cancer. There is a mammogram program at Perinatal Hospital. There's about 4 or 5 mammograms in the private sector. So if you can get into a screening program, if you can save up, a mammogram costs $120 in all the private sector, but it is life-saving. Even if you go every 3-4 years, women need to examine their breast, have a doctor examine, and get full mammograms.
Then in terms of general women's health, what do women need to do to ensure this being kept healthy that you talked about? What do we need to do?
Okay, so you have to remember that you have to actively look after your health. You can't just sit back and hope you'll be okay. It doesn't work. You have to prioritize your health. You have to get enough sleep, you have to get enough exercise, and you have to eat properly. In addition, you have to go for screening once a year if you can. Pap smear, breast exam, blood tests. Every woman, every man in this country over the age of into adulthood should have HIV tests every year. That sounds a bit ridiculous and extreme, but as we normalize this disease, it is still the biggest killer in our country, and the biggest problem with HIV is stigma. So we need to address stigma, we need to normalize it. It's okay to go for an HIV test. HIV is so treatable. No one needs to die from HIV or cervical cancer. So it's about being proactive and about saying, this money every year I will put for myself, because if I stay healthy, I can keep my family healthy and the country healthy.
Yes, we got the message in terms of how important it is for us as women to stay healthy. We can only be bold for change if we are healthy, like what she is saying, coming to you on a personal level, looking at you as a woman in the medical field. There are other young people who are looking at you and really admiring and saying, okay, I want to be her next time. What advice would you give to young girls who are looking at you now?
I think that everything that we've talked about in Women's Month, be bold for change, believe that you can do anything. Just because you're a woman, the new statistics are that women are far ahead of, I have 2 sons, and they don't like this, but the reality is that women are now excelling at science and math, so nothing is impossible for women. Medicine is the most wonderful career for women, wonderful career. And women are naturally nurturers, so women are excellent. It's an intrinsic thing. And I would say, go for it. If you want to do medicine, go for it. It's a wonderful, wonderful career. And I would also say to women, don't leave this country. If you've got to go out and get experience, but come back. We need people to come back and help build this country and build our health system.
Well, you heard from Dr. Langton, and she's saying, as young girls, grab the opportunities. Even if you go outside the country, come back. We need to build this country together. And yes, that's us being bold for change. Until we meet again next week, be bold for change. It's Women's Month.